Akomedi akonechi. Akomade ubeko ni ayanko. I drink passenger. I drink so to me de water one bonnie. It be so simple to forget who you are. Desire fi change your sanity. It be so simple to lose your way. Nyame msewa so me move. So me move, Jimmy, free, my money, my dream, my money, my dream. I call my Jimmy, free, my money, my dream, my money, my dream. I call my oh, me wa kwembia me mfefo faso de be ya de fo. Nyakomade emusi adware yen hyehyenda sunkosi yen na so. Me mpese mesra samadidi da chimbio makoma to minkum nipa. Na nenya me ononim me brani na shawuso ba wo shema kumemu ma bo mi na till eni ko na mi nyansa ni ma wanting into me. Oh, Jimmy free my kumani my dream, my kumani my dream. Akoma kumai. Oh, Jimmy free, my money, my dream. My money, my dream. Akoma kume. Oh, Jimmy free, my money, my dream. My money, my dream. Akoma kume. Jimmy free, my money, my dream. My money, my dream. Akuma kume oh, akuma kume Grammy move it's so. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Asiama, and welcome to Breakfast Daily. Let's go. Yeah. Tonya kwenye jiboti. Luciano Medelliti, it don't be easy, my party. But if you search, I go see. Luciano Pega, man, yeah. Oh, no, say me, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Oh, see, it's easy getting up if you've been down before. Making sure you better than you were before. More things what you want, but when you get used to, they want more. It's like every new leaf comes with a new breeze, picking all the pieces up, making sure that work is done. Every day our boy they shine, and we never giving up. See many times them try confiscate, them they back, them they conversate. All the wahala, but still they concentrate. No time to waste, no time to play. I they see, I they feel, all the yawa them they do, yeah, make bo. Like a tortoise, I they take Antonio Kwenye body. You say no matter GT, it no be easy, my party. But if you search, you go see. Come on, yeah. No, tell me I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Woo. Oh, I'm on my way. You see, it's a busy road up ahead. I can see you feeling dizzy, I can tell. Too many mistakes, too many regrets. But don't be too hard on yourself. See, can't start sem no yados. My brother, don't let the pressure confuse your charm. Body down road, I see my road. It's me staging all the pieces. I'm putting in the work like I should, no doubt in my mind. I can't stop, it's my life. See, I pray every blessed day when I wake up. I just call on my maker. Make it better for me and my neighbor. No time to waste, no time to play. Yeah. Oh, you go see. One step, one time, I they move, I they go. On my way, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Whoa. See, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yeah. Thank you so much.
We continue our conversation with legendary Ghanaian musician Amandzeba Natbrew this week on the Upside Down Show. He shares why he enjoys collaborating with young talents, his desire to venture into gospel music, and his passion for Ghana's creative arts industry.
So if you met the Minister of Tourism and Creative Arts and you have to have a conversation with her, what would that be?
I'll tell her to, try as much as possible to be on the board of Ministry of Roads and Highways.
Because?
Because I will not travel 6 hours from England and come to Accra, and when I'm going to Fiema, where I'm to look at the monkeys, it takes me hours on the road.
Would you consider political appointment?
I was offered the Deputy Minister of Culture.
You rejected it?
Yes, because
Why?
if I get into office, you sack me within 4 days or 5 days. I love working with
the young people.
And I will break into the gospel arena.
Hold on.
It's a conversation filled with passion and purpose, culture, creativity, and legacy.
So you won't drop, one of the collabos coming?
I have a collabo with Stonebwoy.
Don't miss the Upside Down Show this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel One TV. June is for business here at City FM and Channel One TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs, this is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel One TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205 973 973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel One TV with me, Ino Safo. It's a wet morning and I'm loving it because I'm a pluviophile, which just means that I love rainy days and gloomy weather. And so this is the perfect weather for me. I'm so jealous of those who are in bed and you're watching me right now because that's where I'd want to be. But I'm here in the studios of Channel One TV hosting Breakfast Daily Weekend so that you and I can learn a thing or two. All right, as always, the show is live and interactive, and we would definitely love to hear from you, hear your thoughts, and other things that have been happening throughout the week. So we'd love to hear from you. Send those messages to the WhatsApp number 0204-447-033, 0204-447-033, and we will definitely read them right here on the show. Alternatively, you can go on social media, our social media platforms, hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend, hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend. Alternatively, you can hashtag me, Ino_S, across all social media platforms, and I'll read your messages right here on the show. Let me do a few promotions. So The Blanksons is a drama series that airs every Thursday on Channel One TV at 7:30 p.m. right before CNR. And it is a funny, interesting, comic mixture of drama, family drama, a man, his wife, his two kids, and all the extras that come on board. And so this is a wholly Channel One TV production where we, from the crew to the cast to the lighting, camera, editing, everything, all done by Channel One TV. Like I said, The Blanksons airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it. There are repeats throughout the week, so if you missed Thursday, you have no excuse not to watch The Blanksons because it's aired every week. Repeats, pardon me, every week. Fridays 11:30 a.m., Saturdays 7 p.m., Sundays 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays 3 p.m., Wednesdays 5:30 p.m. And it is proudly brought to you by Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Chateau, Out Insecticide, Mosquito Spray, Everpack, and Lele. So do kindly tune in to that Channel One TV production, The Blanksons, and you'll be happy that you did. Also today, Wonder Space Kids Show airs right after The Big Issue, right here on Channel One TV as well at 12 p.m. And this is a show for your kids, but, you know, for you as well, because you might learn a thing or two, or you might be able to have a nice discussion with your kids. Now, this is season 2, where the kids are learning a variety of things, from automobiles and how they are assembled, to ice cream and how it's made, to drums and how they are made and how they are played, and what the various drums played means. Because, you know, for every drum, whatever sound that is produced from that drum, it means something, especially for dancers, you know, kete, adwa. Every beat from the drum signals a different turn or a different movement in the dance. They're taught all that. They also go to the Ghana Post Office to see how our mails are sent still. Because yes, some mail is still sent via Ghana Post. And so there's so many things that they learn and they get to actually interact. So audiovisual learners. So you do the audio, you talk about it in class, and then you go to the actual place to learn about it. And when you come back, you can put it into practice. So the Wonder Space show is an amazing, amazing, amazing kids show. But I tell you, even you, the adult, would learn a thing or two. And it airs at 12 o'clock on Channel One TV right after The Big Issue every Saturday. You don't want to miss it. Right, let's get straight into our papers. I have the Daily Graphic Weekend Special. And the stories on the front page: government targets Tree for Life initiative. Government targets planting 30 million seedlings. Government targets planting 30 million seeds. Other stories you'll find on the front page: Boku peace process. Mampusis must perform blood cleansing rites. Bokunaba says so. NMC appoints Dr. Isaac Opotinai as New Times MD. Vanishing grasslands. Climate change starves livestock in Upper East region. On the back page of the Daily Graphic Sports today, Keiros's Black Stars project unfolds, and 6 more days to the FIFA World Cup. I have the Spectator, your weekend companion. On the front page, COP Lydia Donko's timeless fashion sense. Other stories: ASP Ankara grabs Merck Foundation Award. Guard against disease outbreaks, reptile invasion as rains set in, according to the Ghana Health Service. And other stories: stay away from secondhand smoking, nicotine products. That story is on page 5. If you come to the back, the Spectator Sports, Nations FC's MTN FA Cup win, a feat worth celebrating. And there are pictures on the back page. I have the Daily Guide. Stories on the front page: CAF CEO suspended for breaching president's directive. And there's a picture of the CAF CEO, Dr. Pakwesi Bedu, there. Other stories: notorious robber killed in gun battle. And that story is on page 3. The big story: Ghanaian American jailed 17 years for $38 million fraud. And a Roman scam. U.S. Justice Department shares Abu Trika case update. And another story here which caught our attention this week: woman's son caged over husband's death. And on the back page of the Daily Guide, the Daily Guide Sports, CK Akono named Kenya Coach of the Season. High-powered Sunderland delegation calls on Speaker of Parliament. Real Madrid turned to Essien in pursuit of Caleb Urenchi. FIFA bans reusable water bottles at World Cup Stadium. FIFA bans reusable water bottles at World Cup Stadium. That's interesting. I thought we were being asked to use reusable water bottles. But anyway, I have the Mirror Sports. The Mirror, Ghana's most popular weekend paper. Human sexual rights bill could make sex toys illegal, and that's according to a lawyer. That story is on page 3. Esther Trewa Chumesi, from beauty queen to agri-business champion. That story is also on page 5. Lifelong friends united by teaching Bakanta's children. That story is on page 10. On the back page, the Mirror Sports, chasing Anita Fojo's legacy. And Ghana eyes Glasgow Commonwealth Games podium. And that's what the Mirror Sports chose to focus on. Let's quickly go to our online portals and see if I can open channel1news.com, channel1newsonline.com, and other websites, Ghana Weekend as well. Quickly open it and see what the trending stories are. All right. Don't just evacuate Ghanaians, respond firmly. Salam Mustafa to government. Other stories you'll find: CAF unions to meet over CEO suspension. Mahama Masak at forcing Eric Opoku over public spat. Andy Kankam says so. CAF CEO suspended over emergency admissions controversy. Kumasi faces water supply interruptions as Barakesi treatment plant undergoes maintenance. Other stories: Agric Finance Ministries clash over 1.6 billion Ghana cedis budget allocation, and government plans story block for victims after Accra Central Barracks fire. Those are some of the stories you'll find on channel1news.com. I am on citynewsroom.com. Unfortunately, technology is failing me. I'll blame the rain. But let me go to GhanaWeekend.com. Stories you'll find on GhanaWeekend.com. Give us hope. Nasboy challenges Nigerian leaders over rising insecurity and hardship. One Love reveals 2 new EPs while touring Europe with Lamisi. Other stories on GhanaWeekend.com. I felt like crying and going mad while in custody. Abutrika is saying so. Abutrika again. I was told the $8 million charge was a setup. Other stories: TikToker Prissy One admits using cosmetic facial fillers. That's interesting. TikToker Prissy One again. People suggest I seek protection due to my controversial views. Davido declares support for Black Stars. He says, I'm Ghanaian for the World Cup. We can't disappoint. Opoku Bilson, my mother cried after my UK trip. Other stories: don't let us down. Sonny Badu to Black Stars ahead of 2026 FIFA World Cup. Fela Makafui breaks silence after Drogba accuses her of ignoring him. BB Niger Season 10 reunion set to premiere on June 8. I'm on citynewsroom.com. Stories you'll find there: STC bus taxi collide at Konongo, 4 injured. Other stories: violence against health workers will not be tolerated. That's according to the health ministry. If you've seen that viral video of a nurse being assaulted at one of the polyclinics here in Accra, that's what they're talking about, that violence against health workers will not be tolerated. Resigning from NITA was a difficult but necessary decision. That's according to Oliver Kevo, who has resigned from his position at NITA and is taking on a position, or he already has a position, but he wants to run again for it. So he's resigned from NITA in the NDC. He wants to be chairman of one of the regions. All right, flag bearer polls behind ministerial rivalries. Andy Kankam says so. The power struggle in Mahama's government should stop. Haruna Mohammed says so. Focus on performance, not political ambitions, Musa Dankwa tells ministers. Public must decide on plastic ban, Ahmed Ibrahim. Mental Kando orders immediate suspension of CAF CEO. Barakesi water treatment plant set for temporary shutdown for repairs. Political watchers link finance agriculture dispute to early NDC succession jostling. And if you come further down, you'll see that video that I spoke about, the nurse who was allegedly assaulted by patients. There's a video of that on our platform on citynewsroom.com. Ghana has come of age to own its mines, Kwabena Donko is saying, and there have been talks about us not renewing Anglo Gold Mines contract again. Other stories: government to provide temporary relief for victims of police barracks fire, that deadly fire that happened at Tudu on Wednesday during the rains and the floods. Government will provide temporary shelter for those victims. And 1.6 billion has been disbursed to a Greek ministry. The finance ministry is insisting as a ruckus between those two ministries. And we'll wait and see what comes out of that. All right, let me go to some of the stories in the Mirror. The Human Sexual Rights Bill could make sex toys illegal. And that story is on page 3 of the Mirror, Ghana's most popular weekend paper. A bit of that story reads, if the Human Sexual Rights and Families Bill passed by Parliament gets the assent of the President, the possession, sale, or use of sex toys, including vibrators and dildos, would become illegal. Now, while the bill passed by Parliament on May 29, 2026 does not expressly mention sex toys or contain a provision criminalizing their possession or sale, references to prohibited sexual acts involving an object or device could potentially be interpreted to cover such items. The bill's references to related activities could also be interpreted broadly. And a lawyer, Mr. Stephen Sa, explained this to the Mirror in Accra last Wednesday when contacted for education on the bill. He says currently in Ghana there are no standalone laws that prohibit possessing vibrators or sex toys. If you are caught using it, maybe to masturbate or to gratify your sexual libido, I don't think you can be arrested unless maybe you extend it to another person. So maybe that's a gray area that needs a bit of clarity on the Human Sexual Rights Bill as to whether or not if you use a sex toy or if you sell a sex toy or if you use a sex toy on someone else, could you be arrested? Or well, what does the bill say? We'll need a bit more interpretation on that. Even lawyer Mr. Stephen Sa also needs a bit more interpretation on that. So that's the story in the Mirror. You can grab it and read. This story is kind of interesting to me. Government targets planting 30 million seedlings. And this story is on the Daily Graphic Weekend Special. The story says the government has entreated the citizenry to join forces to plant 30 million tree seedlings across the country. At the launch of the 2026 Tree for Life Restoration Initiative in Accra yesterday, the government explained that between the launch and the end of the rainy season, 13.2 million tree seedlings would be planted on government plantations, 12.2 million on private plantations, 3.5 million to be planted on farms, 2 million as amenity planting, and 279,000 as enrichment planting. Among the tree species to be planted are timber, shade trees, ornamentals, fruit trees, and fuel woods. Last year, 31 million trees were planted over the period, launching the tree planting exercise, which coincided with the World Environment Day. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, was at that event, and he says so. So the tree planting has been launched this year as well. Hopefully this year we'll see the trees for ourselves. I understand they're going to be planted on plantations. Others will be planted as enrichment planting. I'm hoping the enrichment planting is what we'll see in the medians of our roads or in various sectors where we can see, because without the trees, the flooding is still going to get worse because we're cutting our trees down to build at a very fast pace, and we're not replacing those trees. So we're degrading our land. And the story continues here on page 5 and on page 7 as well. So hopefully this year we take it seriously, because the floods are in, the rains are in, I should say, and with it comes the floods, our perennial flooding, which we talk about every year, and we shelve it. This morning it's raining. Hopefully there'll be no casualties, or hopefully there'll be no, I can't say hopefully there'll be no floods, because there'll definitely be floods, but hopefully there'll be no casualties recorded like we did on Wednesday. Wednesday's floods was something else entirely. There's this story that I wanted to bring you. Climate change starves livestock in Upper East. And as we are experiencing rain down south, up north, they are yet to experience. Yes, there's been some showers, but not enough to plant or grow crops. And if you've been up north before, you know that it's actually very dry land, and so a bit of rain would help. I hope that most of the trees that we're planting will be targeted for the northern region, because the tree planting up north, I believe, or most experts have said, would help a number of issues, mitigate a number of issues. Every year they have issues with meningitis. The Ghana Health Service says if they plant more trees, it would help with that. They also have terrible, terrible windstorms which rip off roofs of buildings. It would help with that as well. And so hopefully most of the trees that are being planted would be shed between or across Ghana to mitigate some of these issues. But that story is on page 12 in regional news in the Daily Graphic. It says climate change starves livestock in Upper East. A bit of it. In most communities across the Upper East region, the land has become bare. The vast stretches of grassland that once provided abundant pasture for livestock having disappeared, leaving cattle, goats, and sheep struggling to find enough feed to survive. The dwindling vegetation cover is increasingly becoming a source of concern for farmers and livestock rearers who depend largely on animal husbandry as a major source of livelihood. What was once a seasonal challenge during a short period of the dry season has now evolved into a persistent crisis affecting both livestock production and household incomes. And there are pictures of the cattle. They look skinny, if that's the right word to say, but the cattle look very skinny. So you can find that story on the Daily Graphic. On the back page, it says Keros's Black Stars project unfolds. We drew 1-1 in our last game this week on Tuesday with Wales. And I don't know, what does that say for the Black Stars? Did you guys see a different Black Stars on Tuesday? I'd like to hear from you. Send your thoughts on our Black Stars as we count down to the FIFA World Cup happening in the USA, Mexico, and Canada. Send in your thoughts. Did you see a different Black Stars on the field on Tuesday as we played against Wales? We drew 1-1. That last goal from Wales was so unnecessary. I don't know whether they were excited or I don't know how they lost concentration. But do you think that the Black Stars are back? Should we put our hearts and our love into the Black Stars? Because I kind of saw a different team and I got a bit excited, but I don't want to go ahead of myself. So I'd like to hear from you, my lovely viewers, what you think about this relatively new crop of Black Stars under our new coach, Keros. So send that to the number on your screen, 0204-447-033. 0204-447-033. Tell me, do you think this Black Star or these gentlemen in our Black Stars did something that you haven't seen in a long time from the Black Stars team? Are they the ones? Do you think we can move past the group stages in the World Cup? I'd like to know. Send those messages in. Alternatively, go on social media, use the hashtag Breakfast Daily Weekend, and I will read your answers or your contributions right here on the show. I have the Spectator, your weekend companion, and the GHS, which is the Ghana Health Service, are asking us to guard against disease outbreaks and reptile invasion as the rains set in, because they would definitely be looking for a place to harbor because their homes are wet. And so they want a cool, dry place, and your homes would be the places where they'll settle in. And they're asking us to guard against disease outbreaks, reptile invasion as rains set in. And that's according to the Ghana Health Service. And that story is on page 3 of the Spectator. The Daily Guide, I wanted to do this story quickly before I take a quick break. And that story is on page 6, where a woman and her son have been jailed over her husband's death. So a bit of the story. The Ghana Police Service has arrested a 34-year-old woman and her son for their alleged involvement in the murder of her 36-year-old husband and the attempted murder of his 15-year-old son at Nsawam Eduakrom in the eastern region. The suspects, identified as Abigail Cheatham, 34, and her son, Prince Cheatham, have been remanded into police custody pending further investigations. How could you even plot that? But anyway, that story is on Daily Guide. Pick it up and read some more. We'll be right back after this. Don't go away. We have an amazing show for you.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as 98 Ghana cedis only on GoTV.
I'm very excited. This is my very first award ever.
Thank you so much to the Ghana Movie Awards for this incredible honor. I really appreciate this. Thank you to all my fans and to the entire cast and crew of Red Carpet. I love you all. Mwah.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Ghana. This is really nice. Heavy as usual, like a dumbbell. I'll use it to a good start. God bless you, Ghana. One love. I heard the award was so heavy. It's actually true. This is so heavy.
Ghana Movie Awards, 7th June at Kempinski Hotel. Brought to you by Boss Energies Limited, formerly Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited.
Ghana Movie Awards, come let's celebrate.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
We continue our conversation with legendary Ghanaian musician Amanziba Natbrew this week on The Upside Down Show. He shares why he enjoys collaborating with young talents, his desire to venture into gospel music, and his passion for Ghana's creative arts industry.
So if you met the Minister of Tourism and Creative Arts and you have to have a conversation with her, what would that be?
I'll tell her to, try as much as possible to be on the board of Ministry of Roads and Highways.
Because?
Because I will not travel 6 hours from England and come to Accra, and when I'm going to Fiema, where I'm to look at the monkeys, it takes me hours on the road.
Would you consider political appointment?
I was offered the Deputy Minister of Culture.
You rejected it?
Yes, because
Why?
if I get into office, you sack me within 4 days or 5 days. I love working with
the young people.
And I will break into the gospel arena.
Hold on.
It's a conversation filled with passion and purpose, culture, creativity, and legacy.
So you won't drop, one of the collabos coming?
I have a collabo with Stonebwoy.
Don't miss the Upside Down Show this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel One TV.
You're welcome back to Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel One TV. We're going into one of our favorite segments of the show, What's Happening? And Judah's finally joined me. How are you?
I'm thriving.
Let me guess, the rain delayed you?
Charlie, the weather makes sweet.
It makes sweet. It's still raining?
Coach Nimley on Sports Panorama has something he's been saying. He says the weather is hilarious. Charlie, no, a hilarious weather.
No, what's a hilarious weather?
Yeah.
What's
Charlie,
a hilarious weather?
We are going to discuss what's happening, right?
Yeah.
No, the rain is happening.
The rain is happening.
The weather is happening.
It's a hilarious
people
weather.
are enjoying, Somebody told me that they are watching the show. I said, why are you watching the show? He said, he's watching the show at home. I said, which part of your home? Already. So, yeah, people are cozy in bed. It's good to be here.
This morning on my way to work, and I was like, do I really have to go to work?
Yeah, it's a calling.
It's a calling, eh?
It's a calling.
Because it was tough. The rain,
I promise you.
the weather, it was just perfect weather to stay in bed.
Media work like media and essential services. It's a calling. If you don't have that call of God over your life to be a part of it, you can't do it. That's the only reason. So yeah, I like the weather, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I didn't see a lot of flood, even though on my way to work there were so many broken down tracks. It was unbelievable, especially on the motorway. I think some of them got stuck in the mud, in the areas that have been diverted.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't see lots of flood, and I get the sense that it rained quite heavily.
It just started this morning. So
really?
Yes. Has it been raining throughout the night at your end?
I think it started a little earlier.
Oh, okay. Ours started at around 6 a.m. on the dot.
Oh, no. It was raining 4.
Oh, no.
Or 5.
No, not on my side.
Wow.
It was wind. It was windy from that time onwards, but then it actually started
I know
pouring.
That hour, no. That's where they sleep. That's where they sleep. Oh, Charlie.
If you wake up and you be like, oh, 5 more minutes. By the time you realize, now about 9 a.m.
They change gear. You change gear at 2 a.m. You change gear at 3, then 4. You enter highway. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. And also, what's happening? Charlie, there's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening. The CBF is happening.
Plenty, Charlie. Plenty things.
CBF is happening because we're in the month of June and it's dedicated to businesses here at Channel One TV.
Yeah.
And so CBF F.
That's the City Business Festival.
We have so many CBs. And then the F or the S at the end changes. But CBF is happening from the 1st to the 30th of June. So if you had your dials here on Channel One TV, you'd have caught snippets of the on-air series and lots of things happening within the business space on how to make your businesses better and how to scale up your business to a level where you can enter rooms in different countries and you're better off for it. And so I hope you've been tuning in. I hope you've been learning 1 or 2 things on the City Business Festival happening here on Channel One TV as well as on City FM. And it's in partnership with ABSA.
ABSA Bank, MTN Ghana Limited, Petro Trust, and Zonda also supporting us make this happen. Like Eno said, already I've been following the on-air series like I promised you. And the very first one was on Monday. It was on the, getting businesses to start right. And they had a business executive or an official from the registry.
Yeah.
The businesses registry come to talk us through the process. So it's ongoing. It's really fun. It's really exciting. I've seen others with Michael Koto talking about tapping into, you know, or preparing to tap into the exporting business, right? And I've always maintained that so many businesses here have the potential to be truly global.
Oh, yes.
The only thing that they don't know or they sometimes miss out on is the process, right? So this is your one-stop shop to help you go through that process, and it promises to be fun. You know, business in June on City is always phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope someone else looks forward to it as well. You know, sometimes people feel like, oh, it's only for the big businesses. Not at all. That your little makeup thing you're doing in your room somewhere, even your content creation business, right?
Yeah, it's a business.
It's a business, exactly. So just jump on it, be a part of it, but just don't only watch, share the video, get someone else to be a part of it, because that's what the whole idea is about, right? And we'll be better for it as a people.
Let me remind you, though, that, you know, so they're going to be daily on-air business discussions every weekday morning throughout the month of June. And like Jude said, the conversations are covering critical topics: business formation, registration procedures, and access to financing. From the second week, which is the week we're about to enter starting tomorrow, but then Monday, through to the end of June, we will host a series of industry-focused panel discussions which will be aimed at deepening dialogue around sector-specific opportunities and challenges. And one of the major highlights for the 2026 edition of the City Business Festival is a 5-day business boot camp, which is scheduled for June 22 to 26. And the program is targeted at senior and middle-level managers, including department and unit heads. And so if you are falling within that category of senior and middle-level managers, including department and unit heads, do well to join the business boot camp, the 5-day business boot camp, 22 to 26 June. And also, as part of its interactive and commercial activities, the festival will also host an auto sale and expo on June 19 in partnership with Zonda Tech. And I know Jude is really excited for that one.
Absolutely, and I can't wait.
I know you can't wait for that. So the pre-registration for the boot camp is currently ongoing. Do call the number 050-114-5434, 050-114-5434 for more information. The City Business Festival 2026 is supported by Absa Bank, MTN, Petrotrust, and Zonda Tech DG.
You know, the auto show, it be serious.
By the time you finish that show, you should get a car.
It be, Charlie, I see some car. I don't know whether it be from China or Korea.
Is it an EV?
Or the car is passing, you hear any noise. So.
That's the cars that are coming now.
Yeah.
Like, I heard carpets me elbow because you don't hear it coming. Oh,
Charlie,
wow. Where did you see it?
Oh, some place.
Jude.
Some location.
When you're going to your locations, you don't take me.
I know. I just open the door. Then there's some voice in the car. Say, hey.
Where is the Kantanka vehicle?
No!
Is that
the other ones, yes, on different one. See the way some George launch Aku AI. AI did a car inside.
Wow.
I'm
and it spoke tree to you.
Oh, and no.
Why tree and not any other language?
So anyone be
Oh, okay, you just have to.
So I think he spoke English and I responded in Chi and he continued
in Chi.
Yeah, no, it did form. Charlie. So we they go buy the car.
The future is interesting.
It's clear.
The future is very interesting.
So yeah, it's happening, and I like the fact that a lot more people are testifying about like these cars on our market, and the fact that it's also made the traditional importers of cars, from other markets also sit up. Now, generally, I think the prices of cars are coming down because it was quite clear that it made more business sense, if you wanted to buy a car, get a brand new with relatively more impressive features than what were coming from other areas, which were sometimes accident vehicles and sometimes it's mileage compromised or, So, yes, I'm happy for the influx of cars. I don't drive one yet, but hopefully No, Jehovah Jireh, Charlie.
He's in the miracle working business.
I'm telling you, he's our provider, and he shall provide our needs.
Our
Oh,
needs.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Which includes a Chinese automobile. Yeah, I want the Tank 7.
The Tank 7,
No, which
yeah.
one does my CEO use? Like,
5.
I can't drive a car because of my CEO. That's the problem.
Oh,
no,
well.
I beg you.
Okay.
I want the Tank. Oh, the 4-7 is too close. Bring me the Tank 1. I'll manage it like that. Problem no day.
But the Tank 1, isn't it above Bernard's?
The Cherry.
The Cherry.
No, but you see, the Cherry is a really, really nice car.
It is a nice car.
You know, so, Tank 1, if they have Tank 7 and there's Tank 1, I
You want the Tank 1?
Tank 1 is fine. If it comes and it's too big.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Jehovah Jireh.
And
Jehovah Jireh.
you know that it will be done.
Yeah.
And done
cruise.
brilliantly.
No, I go there the motor.
I hope you give me a ride.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll take you to
Paga.
some place. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm looking
so
forward
the
to
CBF
it.
is happening, and it'll be exciting to see you on board so you can learn 1 or 2 things to scale up your business. All right, next on our list is strokes and vibes.
Eh?
Exactly. When I heard that, when I saw it, strokes and vibes, I was wondering, what's happening
I've
here?
always been saying that, okay, it's happening at Oliver Twist Shack. It's a really nice place. But what's with this whole culture of sip and paint? Like, it's become quite a thing.
I guess it's getting the attraction that, you know Ghanaians, when we are so idea bakuma, we'll milk it dry before, we move on to the next big thing. So this is it. Strokes and vibes.
Like, what's the correlation or connection between strokes and painting?
Because you are making strokes.
You're making what?
Strokes.
How can you tell me the story?
Oh, but when you hold
How can you tell me the story?
When you hold the paintbrush and you go up and down, you're stroking. You're so silly.
You can't tell me the story. Don't tell me the story.
Silly.
Don't tell me the story.
But strokes is because of the rain, that's why your mind is going where it's going. But strokes and vibes, strokes is associated with painting. And so as you're holding the paintbruch, you're stroking.
It's like some guy be I know, some guy be I know, some guy be.
I don't know what you're talking
Some
about.
guy be. They went to set up some, how do you even call it? Like those places where you can come and it's more like a therapy. They have rage room. They have, if you have concerns, you can come. Then you talk to the person. They'll give you, so like let's say therapy.
Yeah.
And the name of the place was called Trusting. Charlie.
Trusting.
Trusting. And I'm like, so it's not a T-R-U-S-T like trust.
T-H-R-U-S-T.
Thank you, Trusting. And I'm like, what are you, like, why would you name a place like that? And it's like, don't worry, you don't have to trust me. I'll be the one doing the trusting. Like, I'm like,
well,
no, you can't do that.
Interesting.
The way they are naming things in this country, you have to make a...
It's intentional. It grabs your attention, so you want to know more.
What are you
strokes
stroking?
And vibes.
What are you
You're
stroking?
stroking your paintbrush on the canvas.
You paint. No.
No, you don't paint. You make strokes.
You don't stroke.
You make strokes.
You don't.
You what? You brush.
You color. You color that.
Brush. You brush. It's either you're brushing or you're making strokes.
When you look for a painter, you say, "Come and stroke my wall for me."
That's a different type. This is art on canvas.
When you're going to buy an art on a canvas, like you say, do you say, "Come and stroke my canvas for me"?
No, because it's already been done, so you're buying it. But if you are making it, you're putting strokes on the canvas.
Who goes to buy canvas or paint and say that I want my canvas stroked? Oh, you don't do that.
I want to make strokes on my canvas.
I want my paint. Are you letting us talk about strokes in this
weather? So strokes and vibes is happening Saturday.
I don't think anybody says strokes.
Saturday, 6th June.
It's a very
at the Oliver Twist Shack at Latabio Koshi. Says painting, music, games, networking. It's absolutely free to enter. If you want to take part in the Sip and Paint experience, it's 200 Ghana cedis. You can get access to all painting materials and a complimentary cocktail to get you in the mood. There's also a game zone, which is absolutely free, and you get to enjoy unlimited games all night. Uno, Ludo, Owari, Jenga, Connect 4, and many more. I haven't played Uno in a long time. For some reason, anytime I play Connect, I've never won in Connect 4.
Connect 4, man. No, so Sunday day.
Man,
no, so I know. I know.
Is that game where you drop like little cylindrical sort of tiles to connect to make 4 rows? So it's either up, it's either diagonal.
Who will be that?
Oh, really?
I've not seen some before. You know, immediately you're worried there, Ludo.
Owari and Ludo.
Yeah.
Have you played Uno?
Yeah, I know how to play Uno. I'm quite good at it.
You're good at Uno. I'm good at Uno. Have you played Jenga?
Talk like this now. If you see us,
yeah, see her. Agroniform.
Problem.
Agroniform. I will beat you in Uno. You cry.
I don't think that's what happened, but fair enough.
Have you played Jenga?
Obviously.
Okay. And Owari, there's Onimbo.
Yes.
And Ludo. Yeah. And many more other
games. Do people
games.
still play Monopoly?
I'm not too sure, but I love Monopoly too.
Yeah.
It's actually
it's a game that actually teaches a lot about beyond
investment,
just the fun, life generally.
Yeah.
How about there was this other game we used to also Scrabble.
Yeah, I love Scrabble. If you love words,
Scrabble.
Scrabble. But you know when we do the CBO, we have all those games at the top. For people who don't want to take part in the other games. We have like a nice area
we used to play Scrabble.
Games.
You know, Accra, we had like
in Accra.
Yeah, you had dedicated library time where you just go and like sit on your own, like aside preps, go sit on your own, try and read, and sometimes in the boarding house during leisure time, we had like Scrabble. Charlie, that way we see the boys they form all sorts of words.
By the time you realize the word, they inside the Scrabble book.
Charlie. You know, boys go form. You know, Charlie, you can't tell whether it's gun, it's PG, it's G. You know, and there were others too. They were doing the game. You know, like they know the words. So it was always interesting. Always interesting.
Yeah. Alrighty, moving on. If you've ever heard of a Daha Dance Band, they have a live event happening today inside Tema from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Daha Dance Band Live. And if you've ever heard them play, then you know that this is a party that you don't want to miss, especially if you live in and around Tema. And it's happening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and at the Blackberry Lounge. That Blackberry Lounge, I need to pass by someday and see something. On the Spintex Road or at Spintex. And those are the numbers to call, happening today at 8 p.m. at Daha Dance Band Live at Blackberry. Say live and unplugged, live live and unplugged. And it's happening at the Blackberry Lounge on the Spintex Road. So 0244-025262. Those are the numbers to call. We have DJ Lord and Kojo Manuel, and they are live in Kumasi. Enjoy premium entertainment today from 8 p.m. DJ Lord OTB and Kojo Manuel live in Kumasi. Kumasi is about to witness a historic night of premium entertainment. The 6-time Ghanaian MC of the Year, Kojo Manuel, and the 2-time DJ of the Year, DJ Lord OTB, are set to take over Milan Lounge for an exclusive one-of-a-kind party experience. After dominating the national award circuits, these two icons are bringing their trophy-winning talent to the heart of Ashanti region. They say this will be your best nightlife you've ever experienced in Kumasi. And the Milan Lounge is actually a very nice place. So promises to be, promises to be.
You know, Milan is a city in Italy.
Exactly.
Yeah, back in the day, they Italy.
Italy.
It's Italy, yeah. So actually, one of the nicest, I'm told, nicest countries in the world as far as like tourist destinations are concerned, because Italy. Of like, you know, the whole Roman Empire, like they have lots of old buildings which are properly maintained, unlike some
somewhere else.
You know, so yeah. It's interesting. Is there any connection between the name? Do you know?
What, Kojo Manuel?
Milan.
Oh, Milan and no, I don't know. No, I'm yet to meet the owners. But
it's actually a very nice city in Italy.
And
so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. So Kojo Manuel and DJ Lord.
Yes. Then we have Yellow Cup Rave. Yellow cups. So what, you'll be sipping from yellow cups?
Pretty much.
All right. So Yellow Cup Rave is happening with our very own Kofi Kinata. Have you heard his World Cup song?
Yeah. No, Kofi Kinata is talented.
It's a banger, right?
Absolutely.
It's a banger.
You know, the only thing is that Kakalika is the thing. You know, but I really like how he infused Kakalika into the thing. So
Exactly.
it's like, again, you can jump to both.
Yeah.
You know, because you can still do the Kakalika dance in his song. You know, he's a smart guy. He's a sharp guy.
Very
Sharp guy.
So it's not just him. There's Yapono, and they're all live at inside Level 3 Bar and Lounge. And I'm trying to figure out where Level 3 Bar and Lounge is. It says it's close to Big Z shop.
Dumasi
Krobo.
And,
you know, those are the early bird tickets, 50, standard 70, VIP 120. Interesting. It's interesting how when events move from Accra,
the prices reduce. I was asking my friend who works for Diana Hamilton the same thing, right? Because I consistently see that their ticket prices for the Awake experience is always cheaper in Kumasi than it is in Accra. And my concern was that, you know, a lot more people actually even come for the Accra one. Sometimes I may be wrong because the auditorium is bigger. You know, when she used to do it in Perez Chapel as against the Mantama Church of Pentecost. So I'm like, if more people are coming, then it should be cheaper prices, right? But they say Accra for well, no boy a day, you know, and it makes sense because they are renting speakers, they are renting equipment, they are renting this, they are renting that, and it's expensive because that weekend maybe a lot of people are also doing stuff. But in Kumasi, to four boy, Charlie. Some people even dash all the things, right? So on that basis, it made sense for me why usually prices are much cheaper in different parts of the country as against the capital. I think it's also a demand and supply thing, really, sometimes.
Okay, our last event is the Ghana Movie Awards. Why are you humming? Ghana Movie Awards, and you know, for the longest time we've been asking ourselves, have I this year seen any Guinean movie? Not that I know of. I don't think I've seen.
Who is the biggest Ghanaian movie star right now? Like just pure pool power.
Oh, I can't help you.
Are you sure? There should be one. Does Majid Michel still act?
In Ghana? I mean, okay, in general, yes, he still acts.
He's still an actor.
Yeah, he's
Because
still
I thought the last I saw him was into other things. He was like preaching and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he still acts as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
Is Ajete Anand probably the one?
Ajete Anand.
Like,
he's acted a few movies recently. They're all acting, but the thing is, we don't see them.
I want you to help me. Like, who is the top 3 biggest act? Okay. Maybe one is a tough call. Top 3 or 4. Lydia Forson is in there.
Is she still acting?
I think so.
So they're all acting. It's just that we're not. We're not seeing the movies, or they're not making the movies here in Ghana.
If you ask me who the top 3 biggest music icons are in the country, top of my head, even though it might be debatable or controversial, you can still point to some people.
Name some people.
Right? If I say who are the biggest football stars in the country, you could equally do say.
People.
If I say who are the biggest or most influential politicians, top of your head.
You can name some people.
Of course, you can. The likes of Chema to me and Co. They are in there. You know, what's the for? You don't agree Chema to me is influential.
I'm following your. You're going to make it. You know. So go ahead.
But if you come to, and you can say same for many other like areas, right?
Right.
But if it comes to the movie industry, I still struggle.
Yeah.
I still struggle.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day it was really easy because you could probably say, oh, Yvonne Nelson, Jackie Appiah, Lydia Forson, Yvonne Okoro, right, Martha Nkoma. But we don't see their movies anymore.
Yeah.
True?
True.
Or I'm capping.
No, you're not.
I'm not capping.
You're not capping.
I ain't capping. I ain't capping.
You're capping. You're spot on.
I get you what you mean. You know. So it's a problem.
Oh my word.
How do we get them back to their best?
They're still at their best, though. It's the fact
I mean the industry, not like the
you
persons.
mean the industry in general? They say they need money to churn out world class, competitive, like when I say competitive, like the standard, you know, that it can compete outside the country type of movies, like Nigerians are churning out. Because if you ask any Ghanaian who are the top stars or movie stars in Nigeria, they'll just list so many people.
So the Nigerian industry is still strong.
It's still strong, and most of our actors are now moving there to act because I don't know whether there are lack of scripts here or lack of jobs here. But
lack of scripts.
They're being paid better in Nigeria apparently, and so most of them are moving.
Wow.
Most of them are
so
moving.
The best stories are crafted in Nigeria and different parts of the country. I think South Africa too is doing quite well.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, I hear. Wow. So, but we have the National Film Authority.
Is that so?
Yeah. You know, I think Kafu Danku is the one that runs that, right? Together with another actor, is it James Gardner?
Okay.
You know, they together manage the Film Authority. The last I checked, I think some 2 million Ghana cedis.
I was about to ask whether they are well resourced
or
as well.
dollars. I'm not really sure the amount to check it and come up with it later.
Okay.
Was given to the NFA, the National Film Authority.
Oh.
So
there's supposed to be a village, right, where they could go and then, you know, mount sets and instead of having to.
So is it a government problem or is it because, to be fair, see, the other state agencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can count a number of maybe a few of them, right? But there's stories to how some of these state agencies, out of nothing, have become very viable and very profitable entities. So, top of my head, for example, the Ghana Publishing Company. It used to be almost run down.
Yeah.
Then, of course, David, what's his name? He used to be with Let My Boat Count Alliance. Oh, he tried to run in Nkoko.
He tried to
David
run?
Asante, I think that's his name.
Okay.
He tried to run for the Nkoko seat for the MPP.
Okay.
But he was there under the Estwal administration.
Right.
Started a work there. The current CEO, who you may know, because
Nana Kwesi Boateng.
Exactly. You know, I think he's a lawyer as well,
yes,
right?
Esquire.
You know, he also came and he's doing a marvelous work there. And the place has completely transformed. Last time I went to buy a Constitution there. I was impressed. The air condition hits you from the gate too. And I'm not even capping. The air condition at Ghana Publishing.
Have you been sitting with a Gen Z recently? You've been saying capping a lot this morning.
No, because everybody else is making me want to cap. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just say, Chrome, you start capping unnecessarily. You know, I said the AC at Ghana Publishing from the gate to. I said the way Accra is sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like a
Congested
fresh
and hot.
of breath air.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a lot.
So clearly, there are institutions that people work in and turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
I think that considering the potential of the National Film Authority, we shouldn't be waiting for government subsidies and support and grants and budgetary allocation. There's so much you can do if indeed the people there know what they are about. I'm telling you, some of the best movie shots that have dominated billboards and charts were shot in Ghana. Beast of No Nations.
Yeah.
In fact, one of my guys in Kaneshi was part of the crew.
Oh, was he?
I'm telling you, he was one of the strikers, gunmen. You know, so I think that, see, we need to look at where the world is headed. With like the whole idea of like content creation, like it's the next biggest thing, right? So I feel like the tourism ministry probably need to sit down, rally support from corporate Ghana, get some proper funds into a project that can be, you know, properly put together. And I think that we should, because the thing about the movie industry is that it's not only the stars you see on the screens. There's so many other people behind the scenes, from camera operators to light technicians to even like makeup artists, costume managers. Like there's a whole value chain, right? So if you are shooting like 10, 20, 30 world-class standard, you know, movies that are even going to show on Netflix, you can imagine the kind of world creation or even like
a trickle down effect of
of the people
of
and their
money
families,
and
you know, and you're bringing money into the system. So this is my humble appeal to the National Film Authority. Yes, they may be cash trapped. Yes, right now,
Greek 1.2 something. A Greek ministry and finance
ministry says, no, they sit down. Charlie, no, this country.
But boss, actually.
A Greek ministry said, be the we go chop to be strong and healthy as a people. No cry. They are not seen top as far as budgetary allocations are. Also, they make it seem.
Yeah.
The finance ministry says something else. So we will not interrogate that. The big issue, we'll do that later today with Sanda. But I see, the point for me is that beyond that, right, I think that they should start looking or thinking outside the box on trying to draw investments into the country. People have done it in the past.
Right.
If they don't have the capacity, they should seek help. There's nothing wrong with, oh, Charlie, help me, bring your ideas on board. And sometimes too, they should look beyond their circles. There are so many other things happening, right? And I think that if they get it right, we'll not sit here and ask who are the top 3 actors in the country
at the moment.
So it's a humble plea. I hope, they are really good people and they are nice people. I hope that they are doing something. I want to believe that they understand the enormity of the problem at hand and they are trying to fix our film industry. But we are not seeing, that same energy. So we want to plead with them.
All right.
To Charlie.
Something.
Oh,
so that's a Ghana movie awards happening Sunday, right? Yes, at the Kempinski Hotel. We'll be excited to see what happens there.
By forgo.
Yeah, I want to see what movies are.
We forgo the awards.
Yeah, because
we'll go walk on the red carpet.
On the red carpet.
Yeah,
okay.
Very important.
All right. I shall join you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back after this with our home improvement segment. Don't go away.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as 58 Ghana cedis only on DSTV.
Your health is in your hands, but at some point, it passes on to us. At Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center, we believe that quality healthcare isn't a privilege, it's a right. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, we are fully prepared to effectively deal with all colorectal and proctological conditions. Our team of highly skilled doctors, surgeons, and nurses are renowned for their expertise in minimally invasive and painless laser, ligature, and longoproctological surgery. We are committed to providing a wide range of services to meet the diverse needs of our patients. Mintuba Hospital, your health is our priority. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us at 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Chaco toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Chaco toothpaste. Kel Chaco toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kel Chaco's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hoto so it will be you.
Kel Chaco toothpaste. Choose Kel Chaco toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel
Happy Smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. You're watching Breakfast Daily Weekend right here on Channel 1 TV. Myself, Jude Duncan, and Osafo is in here. We just finished the conversation, basically telling you all the big events happening. If you missed it, it's up on our YouTube channel. You could go back and watch for yourself. But it's now time for an important conversation on how we improve our personal spaces. And maybe you can say even public spaces, right? And we'll be having a conversation on how to keep your furniture in top shape. And helping us with this conversation is the CEO of EduCraft. Charlie, they do lots of wonders, and they'll be telling us the wonders they do right on the show. Sylvia Edu Tieku is our guest. Sylvia, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Daily Weekend.
Good morning, thank you.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, it's your first time here.
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
This is my first.
Yeah, no, that be the whole matter. Charlie, that be the whole story. You know, it's raining. Today, for example, it rained.
Yeah.
If you look at the new houses coming up, a lot of people have what they call pent houses and rooftops, and they have really nice furniture there. And sometimes it rains and the furniture becomes something else, right? So I want to hear your opening remark on how to generally maintain our furniture. Then we'll come to the nitty-gritties of, improving it even as time goes on.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for having me. And for me, when it comes to maintenance of furniture, every space is different. Accra, we have different locations in Ghana and everything. Some are like waterlogged areas, so I think maintenance doesn't just start with buying the furniture. It starts with where you are living, actually. So if I'm in a waterlogged area, there are some furniture I wouldn't want to buy because I know that it will mess up quicker. And if you have leakages and all that, there are some things you'd want to look out for. So the right material actually helps, you maintain the furniture to have a longer lifespan. So for instance, if you have good window treatments as well, it also helps you maintain the furniture. Furniture is expensive, and nobody wants to buy furniture that will last them for months and to have to change it or replace it. So for me, it just doesn't start with maintaining it. It starts with where you are living, your location. What furniture do I have to have? Let me give you an example. Kitchen. How do I maintain my kitchen on a regular day? I have to make sure that it's a common Ghanaian mistake. We break ice on our worktop. That is reducing the lifespan of the worktop. Okay. People like to cut things on the worktop. It's reducing the lifespan of the worktop. A worktop like granite is very durable and very strong, but it doesn't withstand a lot of hitting. So if my, let's say my chicken is frozen and I'm trying to make it come apart, I'm hitting it on my worktop, I'm reducing the lifespan. For a kitchen to last very long, you have to make sure that your plumber is very good. The drainage system has to be 100, And even with the cabinet, you have to make sure you're cleaning it regularly. You have to make sure you're airing your spaces. You have to make sure you are not just messing it up. Dining table, if you're maintaining dining table, how do I make my dining table last longer? So I have to use coasters. A lot of people do not use coasters. They have, let's say, a solid wooden, beautiful dining tabletop. And what are they doing? They're putting their hot tea on the tabletop.
Or a dripping glass.
Exactly. Or a very cold cup. They're putting it directly. It's reducing the lifespan. And excessive heat and sunlight also reduces the lifespan of a cabinet. So you might use good wood to do something and it's exposed to sunlight and it's messing it up. There are cracks coming in, and it's reducing the lifespan. So what you should do is you should try and make sure you reduce the amount of sunlight that is coming into the space. So you need good window treatment. So good curtains, everything should be aligned. So if you know that your space is, the sun comes in a lot, you should use blackout curtains. Something that would block out the sun from messing up your furniture. Because you buy good furniture and in a few months it's faded. So you have to reupholster it. That's money.
Wow.
Yeah. You,
You know.
mentioned that you should look at where you are going to, live first before buying. So if it's prone to water or humidity, then you know what kind of furniture you're buying. But this is the case where you go and rent a place in Accra, and until the rain sets in, you don't even know that.
Like Sakumo Ramsar site. Those who live there.
You don't even know that the place is the water. When it rains,
area.
when it rains,
So,
it will affect or come into your home. How do you, like, you've already bought the furniture at that point. You realize that my home gets flooded anytime it rains. At that point, what do you do for your furniture?
You have to make sure, if it's a waterlogged area or like water is always constantly coming into your space, you have to make sure you're airing the space when there's air. Because it gets moldy, and you inhaling moldy stuff, you get like congestion and all that, which can also lead to other illnesses and all that. So you have to make sure you're airing the space, you are vacuum cleaning your seats and all that, you're cleaning your tabletops, countertops, you make sure you have to be neat.
Yeah.
And make sure that there are no leakages. You are sealing your windows. And then in an instance where you have a wardrobe, you don't know, and we're in the rainy season, this is the time to check if your walls are damp. So you have to check the wardrobe, tap. You can tap and see if it's moist, if it's dry. If it's moist, you have to take out your clothes. Make sure you open the windows and all that just to air it out. It also really, really helps. And if it's a major issue, I think you have to consult so that they can remove and then fix it, and then you can go back.
What types of furniture, Jude, I'm sorry, what type of furniture
I'm enjoying your conversation.
are most vulnerable during, the wet season?
The MDF boards, like, let's say the kitchen, the wardrobes. So depending on, like I said, depending on the type of material. There are some materials that when you use, you can just sleep. It's low maintenance. But we've adopted a lot of Western culture and a lot of things they do. So we are using a lot of processed wood, like MDFs, chipboards, and all these things. So with those ones, you have to check, because they easily get moldy if they are exposed to a lot of moisture or water.
I see.
Yes.
My concern really is that there are really different types of wood.
Yes.
And some of them are very expensive, others not quite. I want you to just talk to us also around the different types of furniture we have in different spaces. Because I want to believe that the furniture we would use for our living room setup, for example, may be very different from what we find in our office.
Yes.
And also maybe different from what we find in our bedroom. So is there a one-stop fix for all of it? Or we need different ways of caring for our furniture for the different settings we have?
Yes, there are different ways, because there are different types. So there are different ways. For instance, if you have a wardrobe or cabinet spaces, you can't use like soap and water to clean it. But on my worktop, I can do that, because it's stone. So I can use soap and water to probably clean it. But for fabric, like for instance, the chair I'm sitting on, you can tell it's fabric. I can't use soap and water. It'll get very wet. So maybe this is why I use a vacuum. So for every space and what they use, so let's tackle it. So for kitchen, worktop, you can use like a surface cleaner, and microfiber cloth is something I always recommend for homes. Every home should have a microfiber cloth, because if you're using a normal regular duster, it picks up the sand or the dirt and it causes scratches. And if you have like your kitchen cabinet is glossy and you're using like something that can scratch it, you're messing up the surface, which is reducing the lifespan of the cabinet. If I go to, let's say, the dining area, your chairs are upholstered, and you're eating and it's you're spilling and all that, you have to make sure you're also cleaning regularly. Things that can help your cabinets last longer or your furniture last longer is basic things. You clean immediately you spill. You have to always make sure you're using a microfiber cloth. You have to use a pH neutral cleaner.
Hey.
For your surfaces, because with that, it doesn't really have it doesn't mess up the cabinets as well.
A pH neutral cloth.
Cleaner. It's like a surface cleaner. Yes. So you use that to maintain your furniture.
Okay.
So there are various cleaners, right? So if I wouldn't use the same cleaner that I use for this leather seat, for
No.
that or for what Jude is sitting on?
Yes, for leather, there's a cleaner for leather. So you see that there are lots of, if you go to a lot of shops, they have like leather cleaners. So that's for leather. Then for worktops, there's a different cleaner for that, yes. But then there's, you know, there are some things that they say multi-purpose surface cleaner.
Yeah.
So you just have to read it. Yeah, there are some that can, you know, you can use it for all of it. But then for things like you have to use coasters. Some people want to still make the mark and now come and say, I want to find a way to clean it. No, you have to use coasters.
Prevention is better than trying to cure.
Because furniture is expensive.
That's true.
In Accra, it's expensive. So just little things that will help you is, you also have to make sure you air out your space regularly. Regularly. You have to clean regularly.
So people don't remember the last time they opened the window in the home.
Exactly.
The AC is on 24/7.
Exactly. You have to, so that, you know, you can just take out whatever is in there out, and then you can just get some fresh air in there.
Very
it also
important.
really, really helps the space.
Let me put you on the spot a little. It's a question we usually ask our friends when they join us on here.
Okay.
There's a general concern around the work ethic and attitudes of some Ghanaian artisans, particularly those who are carpenters. In your line of work, I'm sure you've come across quite a number of them.
Yes.
And you usually hear stories like, oh, we prefer to get some carpenter from this part of the continent or here, rather than those that work here. What is really the concern? And will you say that it is a general accurate belief, really?
It's something that's there, but I agree and I disagree, because for EduCrafts, we don't do that. We don't do that here, no. You know? So it's just, I think it's just individuals, because I meet people that are very serious and they know what they're about, they know what they want to achieve, they want to work with you long term. They're not looking at giving you stories, and then you get the ones that do that. It's just unfortunate that you end up hearing more of those stories than. And this is why you have to go to a company, because with companies, they don't give you stories. It's a company, they're accountable for whatever that you are coming to them for. So if you tell, for instance, you come to EduCraft and say you want a cabinet, I give you a timeline. We have, we have a conversation, we have a timeline, and we update you. If we are not updating you or anything, we are a company, so you can even come and, worry us or something. And our reputation is very important. So we'd want to make sure that
sometimes they say you do the work, but when you do the work, it is with substandard materials.
No, that is why you have to do consultation. That is why site visits is important, to know the space you're working with, to know if the sockets have been placed in the right places, or the consultation there is very important. Because if I go to a space, I don't like to release a lot of keys, but this one, let me see. If I'm going to a space like Labadi or Teshi, I'm doing projects there are some fittings I wouldn't use because it will rust.
Because it's close to
exactly.
Because
if
I thought you were going to say it might be stolen, but that's fine. That's fine. No, I met a Uber driver who swore on his life that if I was going to Teshi,
he wouldn't take
me. And I found the discrimination quite weird, and a shaman too. So I was
really? No.
So
for areas like that, because they are close to the sea breeze tend to rust things quickly. So if I'm doing a project in Chado area, Labadi, Tema, some parts of Tema, I wouldn't use certain fittings. But if I do not do consultation with you, because if you tell me you have a budget, those fittings are expensive because then they are not rusting. So if I do not do consultation with you, I cannot just get up and say, I'm using a substandard material. It's a conversation we've had. I've shown you the different types of materials available, and I would advise you that this is what is best for this particular area, and looking at
So you need to understand the space.
Exactly.
And it's interesting because when you were on your opening remark, you kept going on about personal habits, and I've added another dimension, which is trying to consult to know your place. In the same spirit of consultation, there are also concerns, right, with the kind of modern spaces that we see now, offices, homes, really, really nice, but there are concerns people usually opt for what has become the big debate, aesthetics over functionality, right? So they rather want a nice place and a nice chair, but they can't even sit on a chair to do any business or do any work. Maybe talk to us around that one as well.
Okay.
What should get the preeminence if you are setting up a space?
Okay, so you said aesthetics and functionality. I think you can have both. Once you've consulted with the right team to handle your project. For instance, when you come to EduCraft, if you come to EduCraft, what we do is we do consultation. We advise you, we teach you, we explain to you, because then you are getting functionality and aesthetics. But if you have a picture on Pinterest and you send it to us and you say, oh, and we get that a lot. Oh, can you do this for me? Oh, my budget is this. You know, sometimes you want to talk to the person. How tall are you? How often do you sit in the chair? Do you have any back? You know, because the type of foam you're even sitting on, it plays a very important role.
And that's functionality.
Yes. So it's not just aesthetics. A lot of the chairs these days are very low. So we are getting a lot of customers complaining about their knees.
They
But
should head to the gym.
No, but if the chair is very low and you are sitting on it and you keep, you know, it's not very good.
Wow. I met a family that said that they had a special sitting area for fufu because the table and the chair had to be perpendicular so that when they are going inside the food, you know, it's interesting. Wow. There's a message here for you actually on treating termites, right, in wood. So I don't know if you want to just quickly touch on it. Is there any special way to treat
termites?
You know, wood infested
So for wood in general, solid wood, I think if you go to a site, this is why site visit is important. When you go to a site, you are able to tell if this location has been treated. You know, because termites, they don't just appear. Do you get it? And if I'm doing, let's say, doors for a project, and we treat our wood, we dry our wood, we kiln dry our wood, we treat it, we spray it, we bring it to the site, is in perfect condition, and you already have termites on your site, you know, it's a problem. So if termites has already started eating or messing up your wood, it needs to be changed. Treating it still leaves marks. I don't know if you've noticed, but when termites comes into a space and it's leaving, you can tell they have this footprint. So I always advise that you just have to change
everything.
Yes.
Wow.
And consultation, it all boils down to
consultation. But they are already sometimes already installed, you know, doors and all of that.
And that's care. You're not caring for it well. You go. We did this kitchen for a client, and she wanted us to handle another project. And I must say, when I got to the house, I was very disappointed, because I really expected them to handle or treat the kitchen very well, but it was very bad. The sink was. Why are you judging? No, the sink was full. Water was. I don't know if they were about to wash the dishes, but then the sink was full. Water was spilling from the sink onto the cabinet, onto the floor. You know, and it's reducing the lifespan of the cabinet. Do you understand what I mean? And you realize that after a period of time, the doors are going to bloat. And if you do not change it, then that's when the mold starts.
Yeah. But are there any like specific chemicals or even like substances you can use to treat termite infested wood?
Yes, there are. They are. So they should come to EduCraft and we'll teach them more.
No, I like how the EduCraft.
Yeah, EduCraft always enters the conversation.
Yeah, because
tell us about EduCraft. What happens there? When we come, what do we see?
We are 40 years this year.
Oh, really?
Yes, EduCraft.
Wow.
So the CEO is actually my dad, Mr. Inokedutik. I'm sure he's watching. Yes. So it's a family business, second generation, and EduCraft, we do everything furniture. We do doors, kitchen, wardrobes, sofa, partitions, TV units. I mean, everything that has to do with furniture.
Do you make them or
we make them.
Right here in Ghana?
Right here in Ghana. We have a factory in Oyarifa and a showroom where we have amazing products, and I'd advise all your viewers to come by for great discount. Just say Channel 1. My mom will discount.
I like
you heard it here first.
You know, yes. So, and we do curtains as well.
You don't go and take it from somewhere remove the label and put EduCraft on it.
Proudly Ghanaian.
Oh, I like that.
Proudly
I like
Ghanaian.
the sound of that.
You know, proudly Ghanaian.
Do you make beds?
Yes, solid wood beds. We have customers that come in and say, Charlie, I bought beds from you 30 years ago, it's still there. I bought cabinets from you 20 years ago, it's still standing. Yes, we do everything furniture. So if you're looking for doors, EduCraft. Kitchen cabinets, EduCraft. Wardrobes, everything.
So you cut across spaces, right?
Yes.
So schools, hospitals,
everything.
Everything.
We've done quite a number of schools, science labs, doors, yes. And we do furniture supply as well for a lot of universities and schools. But for that particular furniture set, we import it. Yes.
Many years ago, there were concerns that Ghana's parliament had gone to buy some chairs and other things elsewhere.
Maybe they didn't know about Educraft.
Yeah,
honestly, because if they did, I don't think they would
have gone there. Amazing. Sylvia, as always, it's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming around and showing us how we can treat our wood.
Yes.
You know, and I don't, but that's the thing. See, well, you know, those in the furniture, they can't bring us something that we can use to testify about
their work.
You know, maybe next time I can carry a door. I'll change my door lock. All right, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Next time, I'll hope that you can talk to us about like portable moving dexes and all of those things, right?
Okay.
And maybe posture as well, because I don't know if you're a chiropractor, but I'm sure you have an experience or two. Because some of the chairs we are sitting on, I don't think it's helping us
at all.
You know,
at all.
Like, you know, it's become like a cultural thing. Because you go to a hospital, for example, you are going to seek treatment, and you are sitting on some chair, chaka, you know. You go to even the bed in the hospital. I'm not really sure whether it's properly, you know, configured to, you know, support your posture. And everywhere, you know, my barber had cause to tell him actually this chair, change the chair. It's not helping me. So maybe you can have a conversation on that some other time. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much, Sylvia.
Thank you too for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so that was our home improvement segment. If you missed any part of the conversation, go onto our YouTube, and it'll be there, Channel One TV, and you can watch it again. All right, we'll be right back after this. We have sports.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait.
Catch all 104 matches from as little as 98 Ghana cedis only on GoTV.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel One TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel One TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust. We continue our conversation with legendary Ghanaian musician Amanziba Natbrew, This week on The Upside Down Show, he shares why he enjoys collaborating with young talents, his desire to venture into gospel music, and his passion for Ghana's creative arts industry.
So if you met the Minister of Tourism and Creative Arts and you have to have a conversation with her, what would that be?
I'll tell her to, try as much as possible to be on the board of Ministry of Roads and Highways.
Because?
Because I will not travel 6 hours from England and come to Accra, and when I'm going to Fiema, where I'm to look at the monkeys, it takes me hours on the road.
Would you consider political appointment?
I was offered the Deputy Minister of Culture.
You rejected it?
Yes, because
Why?
if I get into office, you sack me within 4 days or 5 days. I love working with
the young people.
And I will break into the gospel arena.
Hold on.
It's a conversation filled with passion and purpose, culture, creativity, and legacy.
So you won't drop, one of the collabos coming?
I have a collabo with Stonebwoy.
Don't miss the Upside Down Show this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel One TV.
I'm very excited. This is my very, very first award ever.
Thank you so much to the Ghana Movie Awards for this incredible honor. I really appreciate this. Thank you to all my fans and to the entire cast and crew of Red Carpet. I love you all. Mwah.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Ghana. This is really nice. Heavy as usual, like a dumbbell. I'll use it to a good start. God bless you, Ghana. One love.
I heard the award was so heavy. It's actually true. This is so heavy.
Ghana Movie Awards, 7th June at Kempinski Hotel. Brought to you by Bost Energies Limited, formerly Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited.
Ghana Movie Awards, come let's celebrate.
Hello everybody, welcome to Vox Pop Central. Who brought Coco to Ghana?
Coco Mama Tisro.
GRA. Ghana Registers Association. Do due diligence.
2 geniuses.
I was like, how?
2 geniuses.
You bamboozled me.
You scatter me.
Hey, what about them? We the ones who scatter them. What do you call the song you sing to make babies sleep?
We have many songs like Baby Careful in Bomamiete.
Because
Ete like me nation habu Eshima Papa.
What the?
Amekoma ye habu foi.
Okay, foi. So, whether it's a school, market, lorry station, or wherever I may find you, when you see me, Murife, don't run.
Vox Pop Central airs Thursdays at 7 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
say Kofine Mane, Asamuja and the Mane, Winter in the Mane, and Stevie Napi and the Mane, Robert Mesa, goalkeeper number 1. Ya bobo ye beshe, Yensulo biala. Ya bobo ye beshe, Yensulo biala. Ya bobo ye beshe, Yensulo biala. Ya bobo ye beshe, Yensulo bialo. Ye ita bubi obaba no batse the samia. Ya chaja bubi obaba no batse the samia. Ye ita bubi obaba no batse the samia. Ya chaja.
What I really like about the song is the fire.
The fire. Like, at this point, we need all the prayers to get the black star.
It is only the Holy Spirit's fire that can change something. God telling that to some way. But yeah,
we saw them play on Tuesday.
And I was really impressed, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying on Sports Panorama yesterday with the boys, and Jamie that disagreed with me. I felt like it was a marked and significant difference from what we've seen the Black Stars play in the last year or two, right? The fact that they are actually playing football, that you can tell that there's a style to the play, there's a structure to the play. See, we played in the first half. We had 24% possession in the first half. We didn't really come to the game, but it was understandable. This is the first time we were playing under a new coach. Most of the players hadn't played together before. The back line, a completely different set of Marvin Senaya, of Jerome Opoku, and Jonas Ajete. Of course, Gideon Mensah has been in the team for some time. Atizigi was in the post. Now, in the second half, we ended the game with 34% possession, right? And we completed 259 passes. My problem really is that clearly we've seen that certain things won't work. And the biggest takeaway from what the game showed is that there are some players who have nailed starting spots in the team. Right. So from the game was really clear. A lot of people have disagreed with me on my position or my view on Lawrence Atizigi versus Benjamin Asare. And you can't really fault them. But I think from the Wales game was clear that Lawrence Atizigi looked more confident in post. That is a given. Marvin Senaya, would walk out with this game with his head very high because he's definitely secured that right back starting position. So, all in all, I think that if you give what you saw under Otuado, where we were struggling to beat teams like Niger, like Sudan, with this same crop of players, or even better, it's shocking, really, how low we sunk. And I'm just happy that clearly there's a new style of play. And I really love the jersey, by the way. There's a new style of play that we can.
Now you're loving it.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think it's nicer
than the white. The
yellow
one is nicer than the white.
It's nicer than the white one. And clearly, I'm really happy that it's a marked difference from all I've seen under Otuado, and we can only improve. I've heard people say it would have been great if you had a second friendly to give us a clearer sense of what to expect at the World Cup. But that being said, I think that we have a team for the future. Irrespective of the outcome of the World Cup, we can be proud to look forward to a very decent showing. And if all the players we have, including the star players, come alive, and I'm referring to Semenyo, I'm referring to Enes Nyama, Thomas Partey, I think that we might spring lots of surprises at the World Cup.
At the World Cup. What do you think of that last goal that we conceded? Because that goal, didn't make sense to me. It felt too easy. Did the players lose their focus? Like, what do you think happened there?
To concede a goal means that somebody in your team wasn't doing their job. That is what it is, really. It could be the goalkeeper, it could be the last line of defense, it could be whoever was there before the cross came inside. And see, I've seen a lot of people criticize Baba Rahman because they felt like he was too soft. And he had just come on, to be fair. Played only 10 minutes, had 3 touches on the ball. So you don't want to really base on that to judge him. But the argument is that if he had been a lot more sharper, a lot more focused, a lot more direct on his man, that cross wouldn't have gone in and Ghana would have won the game. So fair enough, But I think the purpose of a friendly game of this nature is not necessarily the scoreline. It's just to assess your team. And I think that even though we want to win, it's also giving Coach Carlos Queiroz a good idea of who his starting 11 will be. And I'm really rooting for them. Initially, I wasn't as optimistic, right, because of their GFA. and how they've conducted themselves in times past. But
Right.
hey, it's, you know, at the end of the day,
There's hope.
and it's also because it is a national agenda, right? So
I mean,
we
like, but
support
who
the
else
team.
would you support?
That's the thing.
Honestly.
You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. If Davido is supporting Ghana, who are you not to support your own country? But anyway, that's our show for you. We're so grateful that you chose to join us this wet Saturday morning. And the big issue continues from here. And we hope that you stay for the big issue as well. We will see you bright and early Sunday morning. Hopefully, it won't be too wet. Bye.
We continue our conversation with legendary Ghanaian musician Amanziba Natbrew this week on The Upside Down Show. He shares why he enjoys collaborating with young talents, his desire to venture into gospel music, and his passion for Ghana's creative arts industry.
So if you met the Minister of Tourism and Creative Arts and you have to have a conversation with her, what would that be?
I'll tell her to, you know, try as much as possible to be on the board of Ministry of Roads and Highways.
Because?
Because I will not travel 6 hours from England and come to Accra, and when I'm going to Fiema, where I'm to look at the monkeys, it takes me hours on the road.
Would you consider political appointment?
I was offered the Deputy Minister of
Tourism.
Culture.
You rejected it?
Yes, because
Why?
if I get into
Yes.
office,
Uh-huh.
you sack me within 4 days or 5 days. I love working with
With the
them.
young people.
And I will break into the gospel arena.
Hold on.
It's a conversation filled with passion and purpose, culture, creativity, and legacy.
So you won't drop, one of the collabos coming?
I have a collabo with Stonebwoy.
Don't miss the Upside Down Show this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel One TV.
Here's year shining bright across the nation, a beacon of truth, a voice for every generation. From the heart of the people to the stories untold, bringing light to the future, courageous and bold. Yeah. Every headline, every voice, every face on the screen, building trust through the moments that shape what we see. Through challenges and triumphs, through sunshine and rain, you stood for the people, inspiring change. Day by day, year by year, growing stronger, standing clear. With every story, hope remains, touching lives, empowering change. Hey, touching lives, empowering change, lighting the path and turning the page. A trusted voice for every generation. Channel One, the pride of our nation. Together we rise, together we stand, sharing the stories that shape our land.
From breaking news to stories that inspire, from business and sports to dreams that take us higher. Entertainment, culture, education to connecting every household with a trusted view across every region, across every home, giving a platform where every voice is known. Authoritative, fearless, steadfast, and true.